Hello everyone, how's life? This is Jacob, the Cafe Linux. This is day 7 of our C programming course. I'm recording the second video today. So today we had two videos, and because I have free time, so let's just do this. In this video we're going to talk about arrays more. In this video we're going to focus on pointers and their relationship with arrays. We're not going to specifically talk about what pointers are in detail, okay? But we're going to talk about the relationship between pointers and arrays. So in this way, you're going to actually learn many things about pointers themselves. So let's go. Let me just open another file called pointersarrays.c. Okay, I'm using nvim true. Okay, let's go. Let me just change the theme. Retrobox is the best. I'm too lazy to set the default, by the way. Include stdio.h. Include stdlib. By the way, I don't think we're going to use them. It's just a habit. We're recording, yes. Okay, the main function as always. And I'm going to create an array. Let me just close the brace. So we're going to create an array. I'm going to call it r and no specified size, and I'm going to give some values like a, b. Why do I type m instead of colon? Comma, sorry. C, d. So we have 4 values in this array: a, b, c, d. Okay. So as I told you in the previous video, if I want to print the actually first character exists in this array, I'm going to use %c \n, okay? And I'm going to say r0. So simply I'm going to print a. Return exit success. By the way, you can simply say return 0 w, and I'm going to say gcc pointers arrays, I don't know, something, and we'll get a. And simply, as I told you in the previous video, if I want to change the value, I can say r0. Let's change this to array so the pronunciation won't cause trouble. So array 0 equals, for example, now t, no more d. And if I just print it out, okay, if I just print it out again, we will see t. So the value changed. But what are pointers? Actually, pointers are pointers to a specific area in memory. Okay, for example, if this is the memory and this is each section, a pointer will point to, for example, this part in memory or this part in memory, and this is actually dependent on what you write, for example. And actually there are many specific details about pointers, which I'm going to record 3 or 4 separate videos on pointers, okay? So don't worry if you don't understand or if I'm not specifically talking about pointers and what they are and how they work. I'm just going to show you how they're related to arrays and how we can use pointers on arrays. So, and if you don't know the syntax, just don't worry, because we're going to talk about it specifically in a separate video, as I told you. So I'm going to say char asterisk. So this is the pointer syntax. And this way I'm creating a pointer. I'm saying that I'm saying that PTR is a pointer to character. Simply we write pointer to character. Okay. So because the array has the data type of char, this pointer that I've created here can point to this array. If the array was an int, okay, this couldn't point to it. So I should have created something like int PTR, I don't know, you name it. So if we have a character array or an integer array, we must be careful what data type we're going to use for our pointer. So simply, I say ptr equals array. Now if I say printf, sorry, now if I say printf %c, and if I say asterisk ptr, this means the value of ptr, the value of the place that ptr is currently pointing at. Okay, let me write it down. Means the value of where ptr is currently pointing at. Okay, by the way, if you write it like this is specifically the syntax of creating a pointer. I'm talking about using the asterisk before the variable name, which is ptr here, while printing or doing something else beside, I don't know, creating the pointer. Okay, so be careful. By the way, as I told you, we're going to talk about it separately. So now if I say asterisk ptr, and if I say array 0, what you shall see is this. I get t and t. So this means that ptr is pointing to array, to the first index of the array in memory, which is a. Now, the fun fact is that I can do arithmetic on these pointers, and also another good fact is that I can change the value of the array using the pointer. So this means that I don't need to type like array 0 equals, I don't know, p. I can simply say asterisk ptr, which means the value, equals p. And now, if I just try to print, like array 0, you expect to see this, which is p, because pointer is pointing to the first index of the array, which is a. Okay, by the way, I've changed it to t here. Let me comment this, or we don't need to comment it. Okay, it's pointing to the first index of array. So if I try to change that value throughout the pointer, it will just change the value in that memory section. Okay, because each char is 1 byte, and ptr is currently pointing at that 1 byte, which that character, which is a, and then it's t, exists there, so it's going to change it. Simple. Not too simple. Okay, arrays are hard. Sorry, pointers are a bitter pill to swallow. You will understand by time. So we can also do arithmetic on pointers. What I mean? I mean, for example, now ptr is pointing to a. Okay. Now ptr is pointing to a. What if I want ptr to point to b? So I can simply say ptr plus equal 1. Or this is the same as saying ptr equals ptr plus 1. Or we can say ptr plus plus. These are the syntaxes, these are the actually different forms of incrementing a pointer or whatever else that you can see in C, in the C programming language. Okay, so now if I say ptr plus equals 1, and if I try to just say printf %c \n, and if I say the value of ptr, of course you're not going to see a. True? You're going to see b. Because now ptr is incremented by 1. And because ptr is a character, and because I've incremented it by 1, ptr knows that it has to move 1 byte, because each character is 1 byte. If I try to print, let me just print it using this. If I try to print %, let's say d, okay? size of a car. Oh, he's right. By the way, it works. So it says it's just one. It's 1 byte. By the way, I need to use the ZU to print in bytes, but it's okay for the example. So now we can see that, okay, the PTR is incremented by 1, and it's now pointing to the second slot, the second section of memory, the second index of our array. And also we can change the value. So this is about pointers and arrays. We can simply say, for example, let's say len is size of array in this way. I'm trying to find the len of our array, so I can say just printf len is this. So len is 4, true, len is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I can simply say that ptr equals array len. Okay? And now if I say printf %c of ptr assigned to char from, well, he's right. Why do I say he? Perhaps the compiler is a she. And he's right again. So we need to say it starts from 0, so we say 0, 1, 2, 3. That's 3, so -1. And boom, we can see D. Okay, this is a way that we can actually point to the last actually index of the array. So in this way I can point to the last index of the array. Okay, so I can change the value, and that's it. We will talk more about pointers and the relationship between arrays in the next videos. We're going to write more and more examples, so you can guys just feel what is the relationship, deep relationship between arrays. A pointer can simply point everywhere you want, every data type, and you will understand what I mean, and we're going to write more code throughout the series, and you'll understand more. Thanks for watching. This was the day 7. So I'm trying to make the videos short, so you guys can don't get tired and frustrated while watching the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.